Throughout the years, Ford has always been moving forward. Time stops for no man, and neither does the Ford Mustang. The Mustang is a pillar of American automotive lore. The car that brought sporting dash and styling at a price almost anyone could afford. Generation after generation, it has continued to evolve and impress. Arguably, no car is more considered an American standard than the Ford Mustang. This beast is truly special. And for such a special day that awaits us, where hopefully we'll be experiencing an extensive part of the Ford vehicle back catalogue, today we definitely need a car that will stand out.
Hello, it's me, the tall bloke known as Tim, the man who, let's be honest, has the driving ability of a blind man in a straitjacket and the automobile knowledge of, well, a caveman. So the fact that I am still here working at the company known as OnlyMotors is not only surprising, but a bit like making Vern Troyer fight in the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Makes no sense whatsoever. And as a result of this, the powers that be, the bosses, the King Cheese, the huge cojones, they've basically asked me to move forward with my car knowledge. Now, apparently moving forward actually means moving backwards in terms of going back to the past. So today, as I move forward to Ford, let's be exact, I'm going to Ford Heritage.
And why am I at a horse sanctuary, you may ask?
Now, to get there, obviously I need something that's fast and iconic and constantly moving forward to Ford. It's time to meet the Mustang. Hello, Mustang. Can you get in shot?
Tim, that's not a Mustang.
What?
That's not a Mustang.
Hey, surely it'll work anyway. It's sort of a Mustang. A Mustang's a horse. It's one of them. It's an easy mistake to make. I mean, there are plenty of horses around here. So that's not the Mustang, definitely.
No.
All right, well, one of these has got to be a Mustang. All right, mate, listen, I need a Mustang for the shoot that I'm doing. It's like, nay, if you're a Mustang, anyone? Oh, sorry. It's like a horse sort of car joke that we're doing.
Ironically, I know as much about horses as I do about cars.
You're nodding. Are you a Mustang? You a Mustang? Nay, if you're a Mustang. This horse sanctuary, there's got to be a Mustang here somewhere. Or do you just generally just nod? Ooh. No? Okay, that's not a Mustang. You seem a bit small for the Mustang, but do you know where there are any? Yeah, you just generally just nods. I'm gonna go and find one, otherwise the joke doesn't work, does it? As always, here at OnlyMotors, we're all about the horsepower. Hey. So, as I take this new journey and step forward and move forward in my car knowledge and move forward to the Ford Heritage Centre, I'll be joined by my good friend, Driver Jim, as we utilise the iconic Mustang. You need to be revving the engines and doing it big. Whoa. Jimbo, what are you doing? You can't reverse into a shot. You can't move backwards into a shot when I'm supposed to be moving forward. I mean, Ford don't move backwards. They move forward. But no, you got to stay here now because I need the car in shot. Oh, this is complicated. Also, in the edit, can we put some engine noises because this is a beast, but I don't want to scare these beasts. Do you get my gist? Anyway, off to Ford Heritage. See you later.
Obviously, our beast has to be quiet in front of other beasts, because an animal expert informed us that they don't like massive engines revved in their face. But once you get out onto the open road, now that's a different matter.
So Jimbo, this is the Ford Mustang.
Brand spanking new.
So Ford Mustang 2016.
It's a Mustang GT.
Mustang GT, what does that mean? For obviously the man who's trying to develop his knowledge.
It's quicker, got loads of more gadgets on it.
So we're off to Ford Heritage today. What do you know about Ford Heritage? Because as far as I'm aware, it's just a place where they keep loads of old Ford, different types of cars that have been special for one reason or another.
Yeah, so they keep vehicles from specific moments in time to do with Ford.
Okay.
So they've got the last Cortina ever made.
Okay.
They had a Ford Fiesta, so they've got a model of everything they've ever made as well.
Capri?
They've got a Capri there, yeah. So
Cool.
there's 3 different types of Capri, so they'll have one of each type probably. The main reason is that when you're designing a car, you can go back in there and look at a car. So
And what, take inspiration from it?
yeah, inspiration,
Okay.
or even just go. Remember how we did it on this, and you go in the back room and take, like we do
Yeah.
with video. We go do it the same as that time, and you pull it out of the archives, and you bring it up. It's a bit like an archives, but
So it's less of a museum, more of a storage facility for inspiration. I'll
Yeah.
have to use that one with the fellas. They'll probably look at me and go, no, it's a glorified garage, but whatever,
and
mate.
it can give inspiration, but it's more so that people can see what they used to.
It's keeping history, isn't it?
And looking after the history are the Ant and Decker Ford Heritage, or as they like to be called, Colin and Ivan.
Hiya, mate. How you doing? Tim.
see you.
Tim.
Good, Colin.
Colin.
Jamie.
Jamie, come in.
How are you?
It's not confusing. Jim, Tim, Jim.
Can you say that again?
He's Jim, I'm Tim, he's Jim.
Right.
Ivan, Colin, Ivan. You pair are the kind of gatekeepers of this establishment?
This is our home, this is it. That's where we have our lovely toys.
Now, apparently we've been told, because it's such a massive expanse and we want to get through as many cars as possible,
Yeah.
we each get one of you to take us through different areas, yeah?
Dear, really?
So who do you want?
Who's the better mechanic, mate?
Of course I am.
I'll go with him then.
All right, I'll go with Ivan, that's fair enough.
got me.
Okay, I'm with Ivan, may the best mechanic win. Oh well, I'm going with Ivan anyway. Let's go and have a look.
Time to enter the history of Ford then, with their own individual guides. Travelling in a Ford Mustang 5-litre GT, purely just to impress our new friends Colin and Ivan, myself and driver Jim are being given a guided tour of Ford Heritage. Although at first it may just appear like a very expensive storage facility, apparently it has a lot more to offer.
So, Ivan, out of the 2 gatekeepers that look after Ford Heritage, you and Colin, I've got the best person to show me around, yeah?
Yeah, I think so, yes.
I've got to say, this place, as I first walk in, obviously it's kind of a glorified garage, but it's like antique Christmas presents for any Ford car-loving person ever. So, how long have you been here?
I've been working with the collection for about 11 years.
11 years.
11 years. The majority, I'd say 85%, are running vehicles. They're used for media events.
So some of the vehicles you've got in here, people will phone up and go, oh, I need this type of Ford or I need that type. And
Yeah, exactly. For example, a journalist took this one when it was the anniversary of the Cortina,
Yeah.
picked it up from us, drove it to Cortina in Italy and back.
Okay then, Colin. So what we have here then, RS200.
Yeah, this is the iconic RS200, which was developed by Boron Motorsports back in the 80s, 85, 86. This is a nice example of the road car. And in fact, this is number 200 of the 200 run. Quick story on the engine, it's a BDG engine, which is a 1.8, producing about 250 horsepower.
Okay.
4-wheel drive, and it was mainly it was produced really for the Group B rally scene.
So here the car wasn't used in rally after a while?
So yeah, so as I say, in '86 they closed the Group B rally class,
Okay.
and then we sold these off as road cars.
Okay, so people could actually register them, drive them around.
Yeah, exactly what this one is here. In fact, we sold them off for just under 50,000. I think it's £49,995, something like that.
Right.
So you could buy one in 1986.
And drive it around like you're on a rally circuit.
That is, yeah, quite a clever piece of kit, really.
It's got very nice red interior. But they all have the same interior.
I think they did, yes. They did in left and right-hand drive, but I think they all had the red interior, I'm sure.
Jim may know his stuff, but at least I've remembered a Ford car from my
Like the
past.
same, Tim. Under the cover, you wanted a Capri. This is the last production 280 Capri by chassis number.
See, for me, this was always, as a kid, this was the definitive cool car. Probably because of, Bodie and Doyle, the professionals and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Exactly. And we've got several others like the Granadas, the Professionals, again, Mark II Granada, the Sweeney, the Mark I Granada. So There's a lot of association with various programs or films that have made
I was going to
models
say
famous.
that within the media, like films or like TV shows, when it's say a retro TV show and they want a specific Ford, do they come here?
No, we don't loan them out for film work. Only automotive media magazines, motoring programs, stuff like that. We don't lend them out for general filming.
No borrowing the Capri for me then.
Okay, then, so this is a classic for Ford Mustang then?
Yes, this is a beautiful example of a 65 fastback. It's a 289, which is a 4.7 litre V8 engine. And I'll show you under the bonnet here. This is a beautiful example. You see under there? So 289, 4.7, no power steering.
Oh, wow.
But in this day, so just a beautiful example. Beautiful example.
Again, it's cleaner than my car. Wow.
This has had a lot of work done to it, so we've done a lot of work with this and the new Mustang together.
Oh, really?
On launch, yeah.
Because we drove the new Mustang here.
You did?
Yeah. So we had fun. It was bright yellow, so we stood out quite a lot. But it's definitely lovely.
Yeah. Oh, the beautiful car. Beautiful. All right, so I'll pop that back down there.
These pair are bonding so much they might have a Mustang off in a minute.
Certainly is lovely. I don't know if...
Oh, it's beautiful inside. Absolutely beautiful and box standard. You see, but it's got, interestingly, although it's 4.7 litre, it's still got a 3-speed manual gearbox.
Oh, right, okay. And a horizontal speedo.
Yeah, the old needle just goes over.
How is it so pristine? It's like glass.
This has had some restoration ready for our, to support our new product launch with the car.
Yeah.
It's got just lovely exhaust note. Do you want to hear it?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Even got the keys in.
Oh, that's lovely.
There's nothing like a V8, is there?
No.
Like a V8. Yeah, it's lovely. It is lovely to drive, I say, but 3-speed.
You'd have to like red if you had this car, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Rangoon red, this one. Rangoon red.
Meanwhile, with Turquoise Tim and Indigo Ivan.
And you've got a Formula Ford as well.
The Formula Ford. The Formula Ford, that's the last of last season's cars. It had been run and raced.
Yeah.
Essentially, it's come to us from Ford Motorsport. It's dry. We've got to get the guys over. They're going to run through the particular fluids it needs, starting procedures and maintenance, what we need to look out for with it. Obviously, something like this will only be run on the odd occasion.
Right, yeah.
We have a track at Dunton that we can use, or sometimes we'll use Brands or Silverstone, somewhere like that. We've run several vehicles at those venues, depending what the request is.
It's incredible, just the amount of different styles. How many cars would you reckon you have, well, not precisely at the moment, but on average?
In the collection, we're up to about 120 cars in total. At any one time in here, there's probably up to 80 cars.
And when you have more coming in, do you have to move others out? Is there a...
We've got 2 storage areas.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So if we have an overspill, we have got facilities to store them elsewhere, which we've probably got about another 30, 40 cars stored away at the moment.
Right.
We had an event on a couple of weekends ago, and we needed to make some space, so hence we've got a little bit of room here at the moment.
So this is the Mark I Focus RS. Interesting enough, this is the first one off the line. So
okay.
It's got the ident inside, which is 0001.
Okay.
Again, as you know, it's a 2 litre 2002 model year.
2002.
Yep.
First one off. So it's the first ever Ford Focus RS.
Yes. Off the line.
Wow. So what's the brake horsepower on this one then?
It's just over 200, I think, 210, 212, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is quite a lot in its day, really, especially with the Quaife differential. Yeah.
Okay. Some cars exceed that now, and
oh yes,
the different engine technologies. But at the time, that was the big car to have, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
It was the hot hatch. I remember the various Top Gear videos with them competing against various other things. It was the thing to beat, wasn't it?
It was, yeah. And I say it's well sought after now. Yeah, the Mark I.
Especially the first one.
Of course, yeah.
Most of the vehicles here have a special tale behind them.
The Escort over here, Ivan, now that's got quite a special story behind it.
Yeah, Mark I Escorts, late 60s, the concept, and then in 1970 they ran the London to Mexico rally, 16,000 mile, toughest rally they've ever done, and a Mark I Escort won it. We actually have the car over there, but as a spin-off from that, they produced a limited edition Escort Mexico.
Escort Mexico,
named
yeah.
after,
Yeah.
you know, in celebration of the fact they won the rally.
How many of these were made then? Because it was limited, wasn't it?
The Mexico's total production figures, I'm not sure, to be honest,
Right.
but there was quite a few of them. It wasn't like 500.
Yeah, well, it's not like, oh, we'll make 3 and leave it.
No,
That's I found the colour quite interesting, because you don't get many cars that kind of, I don't even know what shade it is, but
it's an orange shade, but it's actually Sebring red.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's classed as a red. The Granada estate down there is the same colour, but it sort of brings this car to life. It looks really good on this car, and it is a genuine Ford colour. Would you like to see the inside?
I would, yeah. I see it because because obviously it's I don't like touching anything because things tend to break.
No, these are fine. And this has also got the limited custom pack, so it's got the wooden dash, the centre console.
It's so nice to see a wooden dashboard in certain cars. You just don't get that very.
But that was an addition,
Yeah.
as was centre console, because in the 70s, most cars didn't even have a radio, as this hasn't. With the centre console, it gives you a position to put it, but again, hasn't got it unless you specified it and ordered it as an extra. Nowadays, everything has a radio.
You don't even think about things like that, do you?
No.
The radio is standard, or well, anything, CD player, Bluetooth these
No
days.
door mirrors.
How often do you find yourself going to wind down a window for some reason, and then, oh God, I've got to do it?
I've got to do it the old way.
Yeah?
Then interesting enough, now we've got the latest RS that we brought into production this year.
What's the difference between that one and the original one then?
Well, this one now, this is 4-wheel drive. Where
Oh, okay.
the Mark 1 is front-wheel drive.
Yeah.
We're now into 4-wheel drive territory. 350 PS, 347
That's a
brake
big jump.
horsepower. Yeah, massive jump. 4-cylinder again, as opposed to our Mark II RS, it used to be a 5-cylinder.
Okay.
We've gone back to the 4-pot. As I say, it produces 350 PS, but it's such a fantastic car. I've had this on the track many times now, and it's just, you just feel at home with it when you get into it.
Is this the one with the drift button, is it?
Yes, yeah.
Does it actually work?
I can't tell you. I can't possibly comment. Yes, it does. Yeah.
Does it? But no, it's definitely a jump forward. It's
as I say, as soon as you jump in the car, you just feel so at home with it. As I say, we've abused it on the track, and it's really, really massive, beautiful car.
And while Jim looks at the future, I'm still checking out the past.
And the Cortina here as well. Last one off the production line.
Mark V,
Yeah.
1982, last production car. So it's a 1.6 overhead cam, luxury velour interior.
Oh, velour. Nice.
Again, as a man that appreciates a little bit of wood, the door cappings.
Well, when you say I appreciate a little bit of wood, yeah, no, I see. I don't know. There's something about wooden interior, wooden dashboards and whatever that I've always kind of liked and whatever. Although I'm not too sure about the brown velour colour.
So, and obviously the next generation on from this would have been the Sierra.
Yeah.
So this was the run out and the finish of the Cortinas.
See, I always used to like Cortinas as well. Just being a big lad, I always used to think, oh, I'll be able to fit in there rather than your standard Mini and whatever. But
You'd certainly fit in there.
I've got to say, as the tour goes, I think you've probably done the better tour because you see. I mean, I apologise that due to my lack of knowledge, I don't know as much as Jimbo. But I think I've moved forward. What's the quote from Ford? Because I think it's helping me as I try to learn more about cars.
Any colour you like, as long as it's black.
Any colour? I don't know whether that one.
That's an old Henry Ford quote from Model Ts back in the early 20s.
But obviously it's developed a long way since then.
But it's gone a long way since then.
Well, let me tell you, I appreciate
No problem.
The tour. It's very nice. Now I need to go and wash my hands because your hands are covered in oil. Seriously.
Dirty Ivan. Dirty Ivan.
Yes, it's a 2005 Ford GT, as it says anyway there. Whereas remember the iconic GT40s back in its day in the 60s?
Yeah.
They're all called GTs, but because the GT was 40 inches high, that's how it got nicknamed Ford GT.
Okay.
Yeah. This, interestingly, is 44 inches high.
Okay.
Now, but it's not GT44.
Wow, I can imagine 40 inches high. Yeah.
So it's a Ford GT 2005, 5.4 litre supercharged V8 in the back, producing roughly about 550 brake horsepower. Rear-wheel drive only, no traction control.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
Don't drive it when you're a little bit asleep.
But it's how you push the down pedal really, but it's, we've driven this in all types of weathers on the track and treat it right and yeah, no problem at all. What do you think of that?
Cool. Wow. It's very cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brilliant, thanks. That sounds ace, isn't it? It's
Good that?
That's brilliant.
Beautiful.
These doors are lovely.
Yeah, you have to watch your head as you get out the doors.
I've never seen one.
The GT40, you have to be careful because of the wings that come in there.
I've never seen one in the flesh. Can I buy one?
I think there were a few bob now. There were about 120,000 in about 2005ish, but now they've gone up to sort of 300,000-400,000, I think now.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. That'd be a good investment, wouldn't it?
It would be, yeah.
That's lovely. Well, thank you very much for showing me around.
Absolute pleasure. Absolute pleasure.
It was amazing. It was lovely.
Oh.
I suppose we're going to go and find the other troubled twosome
Oh, I'm sure they'll be somewhere around, I'm sure.
and reunite the better mechanic with the other one.
Think you'll find us doing what proper mechanics do, fellas. Having a brew.
Oh, I see. In here drinking tea, are we?
All right. Okay. Where's ours?
Well, to be fair, we were quite succinct in our chat. I wanted to find out a lot about this place, which I did. I've learned quite a lot. You pair were going on for ages.
Because it was interesting.
Well, Dan, who did you find the best? Who's your favourite?
Well, he's the better mechanic, apparently.
Well, Ivan reckons he's the better mechanic.
I'm the better mechanic.
I see the word no, Ivan says he is.
Yeah, but I'm older.
Oh, I make this too. Yeah, to be fair,
He never makes the tea.
I've been looked
Never.
after by Ivan. He's made me a cup of tea.
In a Ford mug.
I've been looked after by Ivan.
Well, gentlemen, I have to say, like, moving forward as I learn about cars, I had a lovely time, but generally, I think I've developed a bit. I've still got a long way to go, although I did hear you playing with some engines. Why didn't we get the V8, eh?
I told you, spotted that when you come through.
Yeah, so someone knows his car's a bit too much, so he's like, I know what I want to talk about. It's like the X Factor, isn't it? Who was the better couple?
We just showed the difference between a 65 car and a 2005 V8 car.
Well, I have to say thank you guys for having us here. It's been wonderful.
Pleasure.
There's no choice.
They had no choice.
Yes, just ourselves. Right. Now, make sure when the cameras go away, you don't pretend to work anymore. You actually do some work.
We do have to get down and get dirty sometimes, yeah.
Colin's got a Model T to polish.
That's not a euphemism.
I told you I don't do polishing, yeah.